I hope things are, the day is treating you well. Today we want to play a little game today. I have, I get people. I take a lot of phone calls, phone consults. Not doing as many forms as I used to do. But I take the phone calls and then I go to house parties. A forum is going to break out. Like it doesn't matter, how I try to avoid it. Some people have told me, "Hey D, we just gonna play games. We don't want to do any forum." So when you get a dose together, relationships are gonna come up. There's no way around it, especially if you're doing couples. So now I came up with this little game that I want to give to the brothers and sisters, give to the people. It's something that y'all can do. It's a way that you can kind of check what's going on with hold on a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on a second, Instagram. We coming back. I don't know how that happened. Okay, hold on, y'all. Stay with me. I don't even know what that is there. Um, okay, hold up. That didn't work. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going back to Instagram. Somebody just called the phone and I don't know how that works. So we got to get back on the live. So that's kind of we're gonna bring them back in. Let me see. Oh my. Okay. All right. There we go. I think we've got it. Let's see. All right, there we go. Okay, so what we want to do, we coming back to Instagram one more time. There it is. We back on Instagram. Okay, so we want to play a game tonight. This is for the ladies specifically, but what we can do is we can explain both sides so that we can have men and women. So if you at a house party or if you at the barbecue, kind of what I do, it will be something similar to this. We're trying to look at this app to see if we could put this game together. It'll be kind of cool to just go online, be able to click the button and play this game. So, ladies, what we're gonna start off doing is the ladies say they want to get married. For those who aren't married, for those who are trying to achieve that ultimate goal, for the ladies who are trying to strengthen their relationships, we want you to focus on the man. We know that the woman needs to be provided for, the woman needs to be taken care of, the woman needs to feel secure. The security is protection and provision. That's security to her. She wants the children to be in a safe place. She wants them to have a healthy, fruitful life. She wants them to be able to go to the best schools to get that education. She wants them to be able to participate in different sports and different activities. That's all connected to her security. Okay, we know that the ladies need a strong, articulate, handsome, slightly comedic, well-read, well-traveled person who can sit down and blend into different crowds. She needs them to have a little swag, a little edge. We know what the women want. So now, ladies, we need to get to you guys and help you understand that we have some things that we want and need as well. So when we play this game, what I want y'all to do is I want you to just write down only, ladies, only write down what men want and what men need. I want you to make two columns. I want you to make a want column, then I want you to make your need column. So you got two columns. So I want you to see how well you understand men. So when you're making this list out, you got the wants and the needs. And I want you to see how many things you understand that's a want and a need. Now, ladies, when you sitting down and y'all sipping y'all wine and you done lit your candles, you know how the ladies like to sit down, they want to chop it up, they do it how they do it. If you can have some men around, don't let them speak. Tell them to write down a list of most men, not your man, not the men you know. Most men. We're talking about most men. What do most men want and what do most men need? So this is how we play this game. So now, if there are some men present, ladies, that's beautiful. Now, what you will find is that list, the wants and needs may be switched. You may have some wants on the need side and the needs on the want side. But when you see that list, he's going to add some things that you never thought of. So because we know what the women want, now, ladies, we need to get you guys focused, laser focused on what we want and what we need. This is the disconnect. Communication is lost in translation. It's not that we're not talking. We have facts with different points. You can have a fact. A fact could be your name is Jane Doe. Okay. If you walk up to somebody, say, my name is Jane Doe. But if you say that, and you're in the emergency room and they're asking you who this patient on the gurney is, and they're talking about who this person is, do you know them? And you tell them that your name is Jane Doe, that fact is irrelevant because that is not the point. They want you to tell them the name of the person that is on that gurney. Okay. So I want you to understand that in our relationships, whether it be personal, business, associate, family, or spouse, whatever it is, the fact and the point have to match. I was just out with some good brothers about 2 days ago. Now, this brother has been doing his craft for 38 years, and I need him on the show. I ain't gonna tell what he does. I'm not gonna go into that because I don't do that. But he's a 38-year professional what he does, and he was adamant and vehement about trying to explain what he does to me. But now he didn't know how extensive my research of 10 years is that got me to this point where I can even come up with a game that I can make an app for because I have a plethora and my research is so in depth that I can go much further than the average person. He was used to average. He's used to normal, but he found somebody that listens. I take people's experiences who are smarter than me, who are older and wiser than me, and then there are people that are younger than me that still have information that they give me, and I take that information and I take that data and turn it into statistics. So now I can come up with this game that you all can play, and you'll have a ton of fun with it. So you got your list, you have your wants and your needs list. So I want you to write down as much as in depth as you can what the man wanted, what he needs, and if there are some fellas available. And let fellas don't talk. You got to let them do their list. Okay, ladies, they're going to laugh at you. I'm telling you now, you're going to be maybe 30-40% right at best. And I'm talking about the majority, not an individual specific woman. The majority of the women are they're going to be off 70%, maybe 80. Okay. So when the fellas get done talking to you and they give you their list, then I want you to discuss why they answered the way that they did, or if there are no fellas available, ladies, with your list, because the wants and the needs are going to be different on somebody else's paper. You discuss why you answered the way that you answered. Now, after you articulate your position, after you explain yourself, now at the end of the day, we're going to see how long have you been in relationships, a long-term healthy relationship. We're not talking about the abusive ones, the ones where it was on and off for 10 years. You was 2 years on, 3 years off. Not those. We're talking about day for day. You go through your ups and downs, your trials and tribulations, and y'all stay together for at least 5 years or better. Now, if you have never had that, it's not always the fault of the other person. We playing this game so that we can strengthen you as a woman and as an individual. We want you to find out where you might be weak and where you can strengthen yourself. That doesn't make you wrong, ladies. You're not wrong. You just need to strengthen yourself. So I'll take an instance. Michael Jordan. I'm from Detroit. Michael Jordan was losing to the Pistons, okay? And he was getting a little older. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players known to man that we know of, had to get a shooting coach. So he went out and he hired a guy to help him with his 15-footer and deeper. So instead of crashing into the boards, instead of doing all those fancy flips and the dunks and all that, he was getting a little older. So he knew he had to play more games because he was going to the finals every year. So he knew the competition was going to get a lot more stiff. So he had to save himself earlier in the year so that he could perform better at the end of the year and get the tougher opponents. So if the greatest of all times, or one of the greatest of all times, had to go and get help, he just wanted to be more efficient. That doesn't mean he is not one of the greatest. It just means there was an area that he needed to strengthen himself in. So this game is something that you can play. Hopefully we can sit down and I'm going to get this app and put this game together, man, because it's really nice. But I have more information, of course, that I'm going to put behind it. I have statistics. I have little excerpts that I'll put in there, little games inside of the game we could play for extra points. You make it a real fun type of situation. But what made me reflect on this is having the conversations that I have just so many times, so many days over the years. Then when I go to different, barbecues and house parties, it always pops up. And then it's always a good time. We've never, it never fails. It's never where people leave upset. People leave with thought-provoking ideas. They leave with a new look on how they can approach their relationship. Instead of learning what their relationship is, they learn how and why the things in their relationships are happening. It's the how and the why. Because when we reach a certain age, we know the what. But now we want to get to the how and the why. So that's just a little short piece tonight. We didn't want to hold you long, but I want you ladies, I want y'all to try that one and see if that works out. So if you got some fellas, that's cool. But if not, ladies, y'all could do this because y'all get together all the time. And fellas, you can do it as well with the ladies, you know. If it's just the fellas and y'all sitting down watching the game at halftime, you know, if y'all want to try to cut into something, because we talk about the women all the time, you know, in the barbershop, we talking about money, the job, or a woman. That's just what it is. We want y'all to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.